Welcome everybody to this 8.11 map preview. My name as always is Maxwell, and today we're taking a look at Windstorm, which is the new map that's going to be added in the 8.11 or the 8.11 update in World of Tanks. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick look around the map. I think I'm going to do this in a sort of kind of logical way, so I'm going to head around the full northern area first, so all the way along the A line. We're going to take a look at the terrain, see how it lies, come into the enemy base, have a look around there, then head into the town and maybe have a look through that from a couple of sides. This looks like a nice little area here. If an enemy tank can get all the way to here very, very quickly, although this is so close to where you spawn, you need some awesome gun depression to be able to take advantage of that. Wow, look at that, the frame rate really struggling a little bit here with that draw distance all the way over there, so that's going to be a little bit of no man's land, a little bit of Death Valley there, but you're going to be able to fire up into the church at least and across into the town. That's going to provide some good opportunities there. So as you see, the right hand side of the road here is littered with these small rises, which are going to be nice for taking cover behind, same as just on the left hand side here, and the road kind of meanders around. So plenty of opportunity for cover. This looks like where really the mediums are going to be battling it out with the tank destroyers. Because look at the... look at the terrain elevation there. A couple of tank destroyers take up a good position there. Then they're going to be able to cover off all the way down this road here. And there's going to be really nothing anybody can do about it. But I reckon this is going to be the place where the medium tanks head to. And fight it out with the tank destroyers. Maybe one or two heavy tanks might head over here as well. As you can see, the river winds around there as well. Just increase the size of the mini-map there, just so you can get a good idea of what's what. The road pretty boring, so we're going to be taking the off-road area. Just bear in mind, remember to keep an eye on where we are at the moment in any kind of areas. I reckon that's going to be a favourite hiding place of the artillery. Just up here. Don't worry, we'll have a look at that area in a second. Although, to be honest, I've set this on a 15-minute game, even though I'm pretty sure I set it to 30 minutes, so may not get everything seen in one trip. So what I might do is just have a look at everything from the base 1's point of view, and then pause the video and bring everything to the base 2's point of view. Look at this, a nice little rise here heading up to the windmill. If an early scout can get up here... No, something with a little bit more engine torque than the Chaffee. So if an early scout can get himself up here, can get some excellent spotting done, and this would be some great places for a tank destroyer. Although not really very many places to hide. You can kind of, well, this bush here kind of offers a little bit of protection. So anyway, let's head down the hill. This is the road all sorted out. And then would sweep into the enemy base from here. Not really, it's pretty open, so there's nowhere really to hide. Not really going to be able to really get a good base capture and assault going. Although the enemy's not really going to have anywhere to camp to defend it either. They've got these little houses here, but again, I think this is just where artillery's going to hide. Yeah, right, what we'll do then is I'll pause the video, head back to the base 1, and then we'll take a look at coming into the village. So going to be heading into the town across this bridge first to look at the northern part of town, and then what I'll do is we'll take a final third look at the southern route into town. Just got to bear in mind that this is most likely the route that the heavy tanks are going to take, and this low road here is quite exposed from that side there, although as you see, this is quite quick to get to, whereas for the enemy team, that area there is quite slow to get to. I've got this road here to head up, so I can see a few tank destroyers sort of camping out, say, in this bush here. And then, well, we'll just run this wall over so we can see through it. And see some tank destroyers camping up here, so be mindful of that. And then you can see all the way down into these little routes here. Actually, to be honest, can't really see that much, so it's not too bad. Just got to be careful again from being ambushed from the sides there. Apart from that, I can't really see heavy tanks taking up a position here. We'll head down this route, because that was the road we were originally taking. Just over there we've got a set of stairs which lead down. I don't think a heavy tank's going to be able to make his way down there. So really, all we can say is we've got a road that leads all the way around the outskirts of the town here, and then we've got these small, windy, almost certainly European streets here. Gonna have to be careful of this, mind you, because there isn't really any guardrails, and that looks like death water, so it's going to be a bit like Durpenberg in that respect, that you can easily get pushed in or fall into the water there. So definitely be careful on that one. And then it's just pretty much standard windy streets. A little route around the... Well, we'll take the edge route first. Again, not really thinking I'm going to see many heavy tanks taking this route, just because of how thin and how dangerous it is. Yeah, you see there. So a light tank or a medium tank could easily sneak around that area there, but I don't expect to see many heavy tanks pulling that maneuver. You've got big open square there which goes underneath the water. We'll check that out in a second, and then by the time we're here we're pretty much out of the town already. That big long road that looped around earlier on pretty much just links up here. And there's the square we drove past earlier next to the water, and that's about it, really. So there isn't really much to the northern part of the town. Oops, these buildings aren't destructible, so when you drive into them, you will stop. And then here is that road earlier on, which loops all the way around the edge of the city. There's that windmill we found earlier, where we can almost certainly expect enemy tank destroyers to be camped. So probably not want to take this northern road. Nope, spotted out Thunder Pirate again. So we'll loop back around into the city, and then I want to go down that large underpass area. You can see there's a lot of industrial areas here, a little bit of factories. And I think what we'll do, we won't restart the map for a third time, which is what I was originally planning on doing, coming in from the south. We'll come in from the south, just from over here, and I'll just make things a little bit quicker. So this would probably be quite a nice little sneaky route. As you can see, a little bit of arty protection there, and then once you get around here, you've kind of snuck all the way around the map, and you're right in the north now. Yeah, this is probably quite a nice little circumvent route, where you can come all the way down there, get to this point here. Just got to be careful of people maybe camping up on that ridge there. When we have a look from base number 2, we'll see if it's particularly easy and quick for the enemy to get up there. But as you can see, you've got this cover here, and if nobody can get up there from the other side, and that's really where you're going to be able to go. If you can get a light tank or a medium tank in this area pretty quickly, you're going to be able to do some serious damage, because I can see artillery taking position over here or down there, and maybe a tank destroyer or two maybe hiding out up on this mountain here to fire down into the town just over there. So if we can catch them out, this is actually quite a nice position here. As you can see right down into the enemy base here. So I lied again. I'm going to pause the recording, and we're going to bring it back when we look at the third entrance to the base from spawn number 1. So bear with me. Now we come on to the third and final part of the map from the northern spawn point, which is going to be the southern little town area. And to be honest, having a quick look at that route out of the base, I think this is actually going to be the main focus of the heavy tanks. You've got a couple of roads in there. I'm going to take the centre road here just to have the biggest look at what we can. Yeah, look at these big wide streets. This is almost certainly where the heavy tanks are going to take to, rather than the northern part. Because, well, they're going to meet a lot less opposition here. Ooh, nice big church. And this brings us out next to the river. You may have noticed I've taken a little bit of hit point damage. That's because of crashing thanks to test server lag. So thanks very much, you big jerk. So yeah, the heavy tanks are definitely going to meet a lot less opposition. What I can see happening actually is the majority of northern spawns heavy tanks heading to this area here, and base number 2's heavy tanks heading to the other area, the northern part of the town, and then just setting up in firing positions across the water and just trying to pummel each other down. As you can see here, there's another little sneaky route you can take, although this is going to open you up to a lot of fire from the left-hand side. So I'm not really sure why you would use this. Just be aware that it is here. Then you can head across the water, across either that bridge there, or that bridge there. Yep, those two bridges, and I think that's it for the crossing points within the town. Is there a... Let's have a quick look, see if there is another bridge. Well, there isn't another bridge yet, but there is a big jump. So we'll take another bit of damage as we do that. Yep, there we go. Another bridge, another two bridges actually. So quite a few crossing points, but if a team can successfully hold the crossing points, and they're going to make it pretty difficult for the enemy team to be able to get across the water. If you can kind of hold the team off on the other side of that water, you'll be laughing. But like I said, I can see a lot of pitched battles across this river taking place. Now, one thing I do just want to check is I did see a little area where I'm not sure if you'll be able to sneak across the bay. It does look like you may be able to do it on the map. As you can see, oh, I can't press control to make the mini-map bigger because there are no mods. But as you can see, where is it? It's this bit here looks a little greyer on the map. It looks like yes you can. So I can see light tanks and medium tanks making use of that. If you can sort of get here quickly and fly straight across that route there, you can kind of just make it out on the mini-map there. As you come across here, it's that sort of greyish area that I'm driving across now. You can get all the way to the other side. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording there, and I'll bring it back, and what we'll do is we'll spawn in from the other base on the other side, and well, just nicely as it times out there, we'll spawn in on the other base on the other side, and we'll take a look from the other direction and see what the layout looks like. So bear with me one moment. So welcome back to Windstorm, everybody. So what we're going to do now is take a look at a couple of the routes spawning from the south. We're not going to take a look at the big, long, windy route in the north there, just because we covered it quite comprehensively. But what I do want to do...
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's head to the south here and see if it's possible to get up on these mountains and these hills. Just because we saw coming from the other base that it's going to be quite easy, because there's quite a lot of cover for a fast medium tank or a light tank to get up in position up there. So I just want to see if it's possible for a tank destroyer or somebody else to get up there and sort of head them off. I can see artillery hiding nicely behind there. It's kind of purpose built for them. Apologies for the frame rate, but like I said, test server and all that jazz. So no, it doesn't look like you can. I mean, with a slightly more powerful engine you might be able to get up there, but not really working out too well from this direction. Oh no, wait a minute. My terrible turning circle. Wow. Learn to drive. Right. So yes, you can actually get up here. So, a sneaky tank destroyer might be able to get himself up here in a nice position to be able to fire down on the town. As you can see, there's a few bushes up here for cover. But this one here, it's not exactly the best bush in the world, but it is going to offer some camo, especially for the flatter tanks. Maybe a Stug or an E25 here would be able to wreak some havoc. As you can see the approach from the south there, and you can fire on the town from that direction. Now, we've pretty comprehensively checked out most of the map. I was really just wanting to spawn over here to see if you could check that area there, and then what I want to do is come and look at the northern base from the other direction, just to see if there is where the artillery and tank destroyers are likely to camp. But bear with me 1 second. And I'm back. I just realised that the frame rate was going so absolutely horribly there because I was a video had started rendering on schedule, so that's why the frame rate dropped from sort of 50 frames per second to 15 to 20 frames per second. So apologies for that. Should be sorted now. So if the heavy tanks are able to get through and across the river here, although to be honest you can assault the base without having to go across the river, although this area does offer the most cover, then you can head in towards the base, and then what you'll want to do is try and find the artillery and the camping guys. Best route to take probably is going to be this southern route here. As we saw, there is a nice little place in the bay that the medium and light tanks are able to sneak over, and then I would almost certainly say that artillery is going to be hiding around these buildings here. And you may find a couple of really far back camping tank destroyers. So this might prove to be a little bit of a camp heavy map, because let's face it, if you get a couple of tank destroyers up on these hills here, it's going to be pretty hard to shift them. Like I said, artillery's probably going to be hiding behind these buildings somewhere, or even in this little cubby hole here, because this one here just seems purpose built for artillery. Get artillery up here, then it's going to take a while for you to find them and then shift them. And in fact, if you get some guys camping a little bit too far back, you could find them here as well. So I think that's going to be it for this map preview. We've had a good look at all the directions, had a good look inside the city there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like or favourite. I'm probably going to bring you a video on the new Ruinberg winter map and the... which one is it? Is it the Himmelsdorf on fire? It might be Himmelsdorf winter map and the Ruinberg on fire, but I'm going to bring those maps out next, so stay tuned for those. They should be up not long after this one. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like or favourite. Stick a comment in the comment section below, letting me know exactly what you thought. I've been Maxwell. This has been an 8.11 map preview for Windstorm. If you're not already, then please consider hitting that subscribe button right just underneath the video for more content like this in the future. And I will catch you guys next time.